What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of How to English. I am Ian. As you know, this episode will be entirely in English, so if it's too hard for you to follow, if you're having trouble understanding, or if you just don't like it this way, go ahead and skip this episode and just simply wait for the next one. So I'm actually recording this episode one day earlier than I normally do because I am the only one at home right now. Usually I would record on a Sunday afternoon around 4 to 7 p.m. But sometimes, if you notice, there's background sounds like the TV going off or cooking or something. And because I'm the only one in the house today, I thought might as well do the recording today. Doesn't affect too much anyways. And if you're wondering why I'm the only one in the house, my girlfriend and my other two housemates went to a steam engine train ride somewhere an hour away from where we live. And I am just simply not interested in that. So I decided to stay home by myself and enjoy the time alone. Anyways, what do we want to talk about today? So last episode, I told you guys the story about me going to a strip club for the first time, and also me trying out weed for the first time. So since we're on the topic of doing stuff for the first time, I will tell you a story about me going into a Australian football game for the first time. So I've watched football games before, but it's mostly American football. And Australian football, American football are, I would say, similar, but different in many ways. So Australian football has a round field, not a rectangular field you would see in most sports games. Like in tennis, in soccer, in basketball, you see a rectangular field instead. So the main objective of Australian football is to kick the ball into a goal, which gives you 1 point or 6 point, depending on which part of the goal you hit it. Just like American football, if you have the ball and you are on the offensive side, the defenders can do whatever it takes to stop you as long as it's not life-threatening. So because this is the first time watching an Australian football game and I have no idea what it's doing, I went with Mark, my friend from work. As you all know, you probably heard his name multiple times. And he used to play the sport, so he could explain to me and my friends who went about what's going on in the game. The game lasts about an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I feel like I really enjoyed the game. But one reason is because before going into the game, me and my girlfriend made a sport bet on the game. So if you don't know what a sport bet is, it's when you gamble on the outcome of a certain sports game. So in our case, we would guess for a certain team to win the game. And then there's a more complicated one where you guess how much the teams win by. Anyways, in the end, the game was pretty one-sided, but because we bet on a stronger team to win by I forgot how much it was, like 30 points, and they were close to that, so it was really exciting. But in the end, we won both our bets. We made like probably $70. I forgot. It wasn't much because the tickets was $45 per person, so $90 for me and my girlfriend. In the end, we still lose a little money, but to learn something new. So I thought it was fun. If you guys ever do get a chance, I would highly suggest you guys go see one. And there is a Australian national holiday coming up, which is the final game of Australian football. So you can tell that the sport in Australia is very popular. And I'm really glad we had Mark there to tell us and guide us through the game, because otherwise I would have no idea what I was looking at. After the game that day, I went to the casino because it was just right next door. We played for, I would say, 30 minutes to an hour, and then we lost all the money that we won. But it was fun, so I didn't mind too much. You might be wondering why I have been trying a lot of new stuff recently, and that is because my time in Australia is almost up. So I have already used all three of my working holiday visa, and right now I am on bridging visa applying for, we call it a COVID visa. It's called an Australian endorsed event visa, which is when Australia needs you for something, you can apply for that visa. But right now, it's taking a very long time to process, and I'm still on bridging visa. So I don't know if my visa is going to get granted or denied, or am I just going to get kicked out of Australia soon? So before then, I just want to try everything I can. That's why I am also going on another skiing trip in September, the beginning of September, from the 2nd to the 5th, and that will be in Sydney. So I have never been outside of Victoria, the state, and out of the 3 years I've been to Tasmania, but I didn't like it, so I try not to remember that. But anyways, I just feel like we have to at least see something else different before we get kicked out, because if we go back to Taiwan, we will not have the chance to do so much traveling anymore, because the lifestyle in Taiwan doesn't really allow you to do that. Anyways, that's why I have been trying a lot of new stuff recently, and I plan on going to watch a netball game. So if you already listened to the last Chinese episode, I mentioned that a friend at work, a girl, plays a sport called netball, which is also new to me because I've never heard of it. And on the 20th of August, she will be playing her last game of the season in a place about an hour away from where we live, and we are going to actually go watch her play. And I know this sounds kind of creepy, like stalking a young girl all the way to somewhere an hour away to watch her play a sport game, but don't get the wrong idea. We just want to understand more about what's out there, and she actually invited us to go in the first place, so it's not that weird. Anyways, after I go watch that game, I will probably tell you guys about netball in another English episode, but for now, you guys can do some research on it if you want. Or if you're lazy like me and you don't really care, it doesn't change your life if you know about netball or not, so just do whatever you want. I don't want to keep you guys here for too long because last episode, I think it went on for a little bit more than 10 minutes, and I want to still keep it under 10 minutes. So let's end this episode with a joke that I thought of a couple days back when I was talking to friends at work. It's kind of got a dark humor to it, but don't get offended because it's just a joke in the end. So those of you who don't know, Australia's emergency contact number is 000. If you don't know what emergency contact number is, it's kind of like the 119 you dial in Taiwan or the 911 you dial in America. So the joke is, do you guys know why Australia has 000 as its emergency contact number? Because this way, Australia can never be attacked by terrorists. Okay, I know it's not such a good joke, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys what it's like to be able to think in English, because I was having an English conversation with my friends at work about dialing 000 because of a cat getting stuck in a tree. And the joke just kind of showed up in my head. I didn't hear the joke anywhere else before, and I like to think that it's an original joke, but maybe you've heard it somewhere else, maybe you haven't. So that's about it for today's episode. If you guys liked the episode, please feel free to go down to the comment section in Apple Podcast and leave me a comment about anything. If you liked it, if you hated it, if you want something to change, let me know. Or in the detail section of every podcast episode, you can also find the link to other platforms like my Facebook fan page, my Instagram, or Telegram account if you want to message me there. And that's it for today, and I'm gonna go off and enjoy the rest of my time alone in the house for today before they come home. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next episode. Wait, actually, I got one more joke for you guys. So I was just talking to my friend about calling 000 because of a cat getting stuck in a tree, right? So one of my friend also asked, why would a cat get stuck in a tree? Because you know how cats are able to climb trees very easily. And on that note, do you guys want to guess what my answer to that question is? Because that cat was a pussy. See you guys in the next episode. Bye.